dreams to filter through this land of ours and fill a sportsman's dreams. Enjoy what nature holds for us, her bounty never ends. Getting back to basics with the practical sportsman. It's always an adventure, no matter where we go. From a favorite hunting spot to the hottest fishing hole. Outdoor life we all can share with family and friends. We'll do it all together with a practical sportsman. We'll do it all together with a practical sportsman.
Hi there, come on in. It is Thursday night, October 21st, 1999, time for our weekly meeting of the Practical Sportsman Club. Tonight, we are going to talk about a technique for deer hunting that I haven't even run into before. It's ingenious. It's sort of a smoke and mirrors thing. You're going to learn about that, plus we're going to talk about mechanical wildlife feeders and more. Stay tuned. I'm Fred Trost. You're attending the meeting of the Practical Sportsman Club. Being a Yooper, what do you call this deer hunting facility?
Well, you call it a menagerie of materials that have been left over from a lot of things. It's just a blind.
A blind, not a shack?
Not a shack, no, a blind. I don't know why you call it a blind. It's just called the deer blind.
And how long has this been here?
Probably 15 years.
What in the world, what in the world do we have here?
It's an old broken Jeep windshield. That had to be replaced, so you put that in and it protects you from the elements. Like I say, it's a hodgepodge of materials that are thrown together, and then tar paper.
Well, you're not going to shoot through the windshield for crying out loud.
No, that's what this opening is for.
Okay, so you switch over to that opening. You have
Switch over that opening, and well, here's the mirror. So when I'm sitting in my chair, looking out here through these openings, through the mirror, I can look at the path back here.
So you have, okay, this isn't a real big mirror.
No.
Oh, and it comes right out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's grab that out of there.
Yeah, all it is I've always hunted with mirrors, so you can see what's going on in back of you, too. Here, it's not as important as where I used to hunt, but
I feel
the number of deer that I have seen, of bucks that have come, and if it wasn't for the mirror, I would have never seen them back there.
I feel so stupid. I mean, I'm supposed to be the practical sportsman. I've read all kinds of deer hunting books. I've talked to all kinds of deer hunting experts, gone to all kinds of seminars, and taught seminars. Never once have I ever read, heard about, in all of the literally thousands of deer hunting stories at our banquets, never once has anybody ever mentioned using a mirror.
Well,
it seems so obvious.
It's a lazy man's way of hunting, and I guess we just don't want to talk about that theory too much. But
where did you get that idea?
Well, I'd come out of my blind many times, and I'm spooking deer. They were running in back of me. My hearing's bad. I wear hearing aids now, and I can't hear deer. I've got to see them. And, I'd spook so many deer when I come out of my blind. I said, well, there's got to be a way of catching these deer, or even knowing if there's one there before I get out of my blind without moving a lot. So you put two and two together, and you put one mirror on each side. That's two, I think.
Too easy, too practical, too logical. It's perfect.
Can we patent that idea?
Well, I think if anybody could, you could. In fact, you go back and pass a law right now and maybe require mirrors or something, safety mirrors. Holy cow, that is a great plan. And has it worked? Has it been worth it?
Oh, it's worked. Not out of this hunting spot, but where I used to hunt. Well, probably 3 or 4 bucks I have shot, and I would have never known they were there without that mirror.
Wow.
They were just crossing all over the area. It was a good hunting spot, but I would have never known they were there.
And over the years, there's been, of course, the scent thing that was hot 10 years ago, and then we had the decoys, the calls, the rattling. Mirrors. For 1999, deer hunting tip of the year, mirrors.
One on each side.
They're going to sell like hotcakes this week.
Yeah, they probably will. All you do is get a no mirror that's broke and take it to a good glass cutter, get your own glass cutter and cut it out. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Wow. That's a great idea. Doug, you're a genius.
I don't know.
You're a genius. That's like inventing the turn signal or something.
This is just being a fun sportsman.
A fun, practical sportsman. That's great. That's great. It's going to be mirrors this year. This is a fine, fine facility you have.
It doesn't look good. It's permanent, but it's on my property, and keeps the weather out. It's a good place to listen to a football game on a fall afternoon.
Listen?
Well, sure.
No antenna?
Have your ear.
No antenna? No TV?
No TV. You got to be looking.
Hey, you got mirrors.
Well, but you got to be looking. With
Yeah.
the TV, you're looking at the TV. With the earphones, you can
Okay.
still be looking.
You're not gonna carry it that
Sometimes
far.
you fall asleep, but
You have fallen asleep.
many times.
Isn't it great?
That's some of the best times. If you want to get out of work at camp, you come out here and take a little nap.
It's great. Let's go up to Farwell, talk to a fellow who believes sincerely that mechanical feeders are the way to go. Definitely shouldn't be banned. I met Rob Austin and a group of his buddies from Farwell to learn more about mechanical feeders for deer. Really, Rob's kind of overreacting on this, don't you think?
Yeah, I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
Seriously?
No, I was at the meeting with him.
What meeting was this?
The DNR had a meeting at Community College in Harrison.
Informative?
Yeah, we found out they don't know what they're talking about.
Hold it, how could you say that?
Well, their reasoning behind no mechanical feeder don't make any sense.
What's the reasoning?
They said that feeder don't have a brain to tell itself how many kernels of corn are on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
In other words, you're supposed to have 5 gallons on the ground and that's it. And that mechanical feeder don't know when there's 5 gallons on the ground.
What I've got here, basically, I've got the same setup that the DNR had at the Quality Deer Management meeting over at Mid-Michigan Community College. The DNR had an 8x10 tarp, they had a 5-gallon bucket, and a yardstick. Now what we're going to do out back is we're going to lay an 8x10 tarp down underneath my mechanical feeder that I have out back. And first we're going to dump 5 gallons of corn out with the bucket, like the DNR displayed. Then we're going to take my feeder, I'm going to set it on the highest setting, and we're going to demonstrate and show that the feeder on its highest setting, because this is one of the highest volume feeders made. It's a Kenco feeder made in Kerrville, Texas. This feeder will not disperse more than 1.5 gallons of corn on its highest setting at any one time. So twice a day on the setting, I would disperse about 3 gallons of corn on the highest setting possible of this feeder.
And you'll keep it within the tarp area.
Oh, no, not a chance. I don't want to. The DNR couldn't be more wrong about this. This is probably one of the biggest mistakes the DNR has made. If anything, these feeders should be mandated, because there's just no possible way of any other more economical or more proper way to bait the animals than this right here. This is the way to do it. There's no other way to do it. So.
Okay, this is...
Try to keep it on the tarp, Larry. This is basically, now so let's set the bucket in the middle of the tarp so we got scale, because grab that yardstick there too, Larry. This is what the DNR did at our meeting. They had the yardstick, they had the bucket for scale. This was their demonstration. This is what they showed. It was a good way to distribute the corn in a minimum of this area, keeping in mind that this is an 8x10 tarp and not a 10x10 tarp.
Spreading corn by hand is not the best way to scatter it evenly or widely. And once it's on the ground, who could tell whether there are 5 gallons there unless you rake it up every day and measure it? The mechanical feeders on the market, like Rob Austin's, can be set to spread a small amount of corn over a much wider area, once, twice, or a maximum of 3 times a day. Now, normally they're programmed to go off in the morning and in the evening. Feeders like this are commonly used by residents and cabin owners in northern Michigan so they can attract wildlife and deer with a minimum amount of feed.
There you go. Uh-oh.
Stand back. That's about
It's
12
coming out
feet?
here. It's coming out to this stump or beyond. It's a good 12, 15.
That was 7 seconds.
That was 7 seconds?
That was 7 seconds.
And how much corn went out there?
Boy, I don't think there's quite as much as what the DNR wants you to put out at any one time.
Look at the tarp.
And then it'll do this again. Yeah, walk over here and look at the tarp that's underneath the area. Of course, you say you didn't have 5 gallons go out here.
No, maybe a quart and a half. This was 7 seconds. Now I can bring that down. We can bring it down lower, and I'll run it on 25 seconds. The maximum that feeder will run and it still will not put as much corn out as what the DNR had us put down at any one time.
7 seconds, twice a day, a small amount of widely scattered corn to attract deer and other wildlife so Rob Austin and his family can watch the activity from their house. At the maximum setting, 25 seconds, it tosses out 3 times as much corn, but it's still far below 5 gallons, more like a gallon at a time. We'll continue to explore the use of mechanical feeders next week. What does this camp represent?
Well, this is a typical camp where a lot of guys, they start out with a trailer or a small one-room camp, and then their kids start growing up or more guys come to camp. They add on to it, build off the end, and then maybe a little bit later they'll build on a lean-to or a porch where you can put your card table out there, refrigerator, a grill, and kind of view more windows, view what's going on.
So this is one of those that started off as it looks like a tremendously old-style mobile home.
Correct.
In fact, what did we call them in those days? House trailers
There you go.
on the wheels. Look at that, and now it's turned into a deer camp.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Shower inside. They have an outhouse here.
A shower inside, but an outhouse.
Yes. You gotta have to take a shower. It could be clean for camp.
Well, okay, however
Yeah,
you
a
want
couple
to do
weeks,
it.
a couple of weeks of deer camp. You know, your
Yeah.
buddies are nice, but they start to stink.
But I mean, is an indoor toilet out of the question?
Well,
Or is it part of the aura? What's the deal? on
part of the aura? There you go. But you start out with a trailer like this, and you just kind of grow out of it. The kitchen's in this half of it, in a bedroom, and then you work your way that way. It's more of a living area where you have all your deer heads and mounts, a couple couches, TV, and then out here is where most of the card playing and eating takes place.
TV antenna,
Yes.
gas grill, all that stuff, shower, and an outhouse. I'm still perplexed by the outhouse.
You're in the UP.
Okay, whatever that means. Not bad. Not good, but not bad. And I went on a little color tour there. He showed me the maples around his deer pens. That's what you call stunningly gorgeous.
Yes.
Knock down, drag out, beautiful. And you say, Rick, that's how all your trees are in a normal year?
Yes.
So what do you make of, so this green stuff in the yellow, that's a little defective?
Right, yeah. Most years it looks just like that tree right there.
Huh.
Sit in the morning with the sunrise, with the coffee, and just watch.
So what do you make of it this year?
It's not as pretty, but it's still pretty.
Is it because it's been dry or
Yes, yes. I think the trees were stressed last year, and it takes them a while to come back.
what? Well, I tell you, your leftovers here are pretty gorgeous anyway. Ah, yes, there it is, the leaf drop.
Yeah.
That's what the bow hunters
Yeah.
have been waiting for, and the grouse hunters.
Well, after last night's cold again, they're coming down.
So that's what it takes to loosen up the leaves from the stems, is
Well,
the cold
Yeah,
snap?
yeah.
Hmm.
Then the rain, and of course the wind brings them down, and usually a good cold, solid cold night like that, and it'll bring them down.
Next week, I'm going to explain why, for the first time in 18 years, I did not do the opening day of pheasant season. There's some good reasons for this, and I think it's time that we should take a perspective, sit back and look at what's happened with the pheasant and what's going on and whether it's practical to hunt it. I also got on the 15th of October, got a great horoscope. You'll love this. Look in the paper, it says, observe rules, do not tangle with government bureaucracy. You are swamped with work. Duh! I'm still going to enjoy life. I got lots of things to do because I'm a practical sportsman. I hope you are too. See you next week.
Deer that I have seen of bucks that have come, and if it wasn't for the mirror, I would have never seen them back there.
I feel so stupid. I mean, I'm supposed to be the practical sportsman. I've read all kinds of deer hunting books. I've talked to all kinds of deer hunting experts, gone to all kinds of seminars and taught seminars. Never once have I ever read, heard about, in all of the literally thousands of deer hunting stories at our banquets, never once has anybody ever mentioned using a mirror.
Well,
And
I guess
it seems so obvious.
It's a lazy man's way of hunting, and I guess we just don't want to talk about that theory too much.